Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about.
Welcome home again to another edition of Teaching with SmartBoard, hosted by my esteemed colleague David Sladke.
And my esteemed colleague, Scott Miller.
Yeah, it's pretty steamy here in the Midwest right now,
Yeah,
isn't it?
4th
And
of,
the West.
yeah, it's July 5th right here, and it's very steamy. A little humid, but it's summer, so
That's
we can't
right.
complain.
That's right. And we're on episode number?
76.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's right. We're getting closer to 100.
Closer to 100. You
That's
keep
right.
on saying that. We'll see if we get there.
That's right. So,
What's this?
well, Dave, it looks like a book.
It's spiral bound.
Yeah, it is.
It's got laminate cover.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
And it's got our names on it.
It does.
Please drop us a line at smartboardguys@teachingwithsmartboard.com. And we're actually going to talk about this today.
Yes, we are.
Right? Yeah, it's just pretty exciting.
Yep.
So you can grab this podcast and resources, and believe you can order this book.
Yeah,
Is that
right at teachingwithsmartboard.com.
That's right. And as you can see is here, you can reach us at teachingwithsmartboard.com, or you can subscribe to iTunes. And by subscribing to iTunes, any new podcast that we have comes right to your computer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you want, straight to your iPod.
So, Dave, where are we located?
We are in Chicago, actually Naperville, west of Chicago.
That's right.
Yeah.
But right now we're actually have recently been to
Denver,
Colorado. What were we doing in Denver?
We were at the ISTE conference. The ISTE conference is
for technology. Used to be the NECC, but they changed their name. And we were at the conference for 2010, right at the end of June, and we had a wonderful time there.
Yes.
It was just spectacular.
It was. And we were there with Smart Technologies, and we were there at their booth and did a couple presentations. It was a great time to connect with the other smart exemplary educators.
And they had a pretty small booth, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. It was huge.
Yeah,
it was the first one you got to.
That's right. It was just an enormous display of all their technologies that they have and some new ones that they have, and looking at their smart table and other things like that. Just wonderful.
Great time.
That's wonderful. And so what's on the docket for today?
Well, we're going to look at the book, the book, and we're going to think about the ISTE conference for just a little bit, and then some teaching templates.
So while we were there, on behalf of SMART, we were there as a Smart Exemplary Educator, or Cs as they're called. And were we the only ones who were there?
I think we were like one of 12, maybe. Well, 2 of 12.
2 of 12. Speaking for yourself.
Yeah, really.
That's right. And there were, in terms of people that were invited by SMART to come, as well as several other SMART exemplary educators that came then too.
Yeah.
And we gave some different presentations and had a lot of fun networking with people.
Yeah.
And,
well, just for example, we met Harvey.
Yeah.
And Harvey is the guy who does the podcast Get Smart.
That's right.
With Jim Hollis.
That's right.
So we got to see the face with the voice of that podcast.
And we met then Smart Exemplary Educators, not just from the United States, but from around the world.
Right, Canada, Australia. Yeah, it was wonderful.
Oh, it was. And we actually touched base then, too, with our friend Keith Zamudio
from Alaska.
From Alaska. It was great to see him, see how he was doing, since we had been up to Alaska just earlier in June.
Yep.
And just had a fantastic time. So while we were there, we decided to interview some of the Smart Exemplary Educators.
Yeah.
And this is the question that we asked them. What is the most pressing need for interactive whiteboard technology? Looks like a good poll question.
Yeah. Yeah, we might have to put that on the website.
So sit back and relax and hear just a few samples from some of the exemplary educators that were there and what their ideas were about this particular question.
Okay. Can you give us your name?
My name is Rick Hayward, and I'm from Miramichi, New Brunswick, Canada. Yeah, our community, Miramichi, is actually just on June the 1st, was designated the first Smart Showcase community in the world, and we're very proud of. And basically it's because we're focusing on the unique skills that SMART has provided our students, and we're trying to make our community aware that we have a very unique resource of young people who can contribute a lot of positive, have a tremendous positive impact upon their community, and our community is embracing that. And so we're actually creating what we call a culture of creativity in our community with the focus on our young people.
And the students doing the work.
And students are not only doing the work, but in many areas such as tourism, they're actually leading because our tourist venues put SMARTboards in all of them, and there are 13 along the river, 160-kilometer stretch. And the students, the tourist venues know nothing about SMARTboards, but they took a leap of faith and hired students to show them last year, and now they're just totally enthralled with what's happening, and it's brought a lot of little communities together.
That's awesome. Terrific.
What's the most pressing need you feel for interactive whiteboard technology pointing towards the future?
Right now, as I see it from my own experience, I'm really trying to, as much as possible, see that we can develop some platforms for students with special needs. I think it's a whole area that needs to be explored further. I see what SMART is doing already with the slate, with the software that they developed that magnifies boards, etc. A lot is happening, but I still think, I really hope that a lot more will happen. The clickers, for example, a lot of students who have mobility issues are being helped by technology, but I still think and hope that a lot more will happen, and I really truly believe it will, because it's happening so quickly, so that the students who have a gap between bridging what they can't do right now with the use of technology will be able to bridge that gap and be able to do all the things they would like to do regardless of what the special needs are.
Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate your words.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
All right, we're here at ISTE. And what's your name?
My name's Linda Thomas.
And what's your role with SMART?
I'm Vice President of Marketing.
Thanks, Linda, for joining us. I have a question for you. What's the most pressing need for interactive whiteboard technology moving towards the future?
It's a great question. It's a big question. I wouldn't say there's necessarily only one need, but if I had to comment on one thing, I would say it is the investment of effort and resources in supporting teacher adoption, professional development, training, helping them get over that early learning curve, helping them find ways to get content easily without a lot of work. And I think that's something that is the responsibility of both manufacturers, administration, and teachers helping teachers. And quite frankly, I do want to say thanks to our Smart Exemplary educators who are here today, like you, because Teachers Helping Teachers is a huge way to extend our reach, and we've got some fabulous teacher advocates out there that really help each other and help us as well. So it's a pleasure to be here, and it's a pleasure to have your support. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Linda. I appreciate it.
I mean that.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are and where you're from?
Yes, my name is Lori Reed. I'm a Smart Exemplary educator and third grade teacher from Crest Elementary School in Crest, Texas. That's a small rural public Title I school in the Texas Panhandle, about an hour south of Amarillo. I've been teaching third graders for 21 years, and the biggest change I have seen was in the coming of technology. Having a SMARTboard has totally revolutionized and transformed the curriculum and my teaching habits.
Speaking of interactive whiteboard technology, as we move towards the future, what do you think is the most pressing need for interactive whiteboard technology?
Well, I think the tools are there, like the Smart Touch, and the technology is there. I think what is needed is teacher training, professional development, and how to make effective lessons, what best practices are for teaching with smart products, and perhaps a guide to help teachers as they begin the transformation on how to integrate an interactive pedagogy and learn to work with the resources and build from the focus, the opening, the objectives, the interactivities, and the assessment.
Thank you. Hi, can you tell us who you are, a little bit about yourself, and what you do?
Hi, I'm Linda Trauman. I've been teaching mathematics for many years. I taught high school mathematics from Algebra 1 through pre-calculus, but I'm now at Mercer County Community College in New Jersey, and I'm teaching the basic fundamentals of math through pre-calculus.
As we move towards the future, what do you think the most pressing need for interactive whiteboard technology is?
I definitely think it's professional development. that getting away from some of the novelty and actually using it to teach the substance of the subject matter. And for anybody watching that's in New Jersey, we have the Association of Math Teachers in New Jersey will have professional development in all areas of math, free of charge, over the internet this fall, starting this fall. And look at our site, amtnj.org, late in the summer for the schedule. It's first come, first signed, and we'd love to get everybody on board.
Hi, can you tell us a little about yourself and where you're from?
Hey, good morning. I'm Harvey Amarode. I'm a retired educator. I travel the country now doing curriculum